God fucking damn, I gotta record this stupid fucking video. Oh my fucking god, I gotta review everything. Oh, this is fucking... Feeling up going insane.
Oh. Hey everybody. As you can tell by today, we're just gonna pretend the past two episodes didn't entirely happen, and we're gonna make this the second one now. This is episode 2. Title isn't gonna change. Just pretend it's episode 2. If that was hour and 30 some odd minutes or whatever it is, if your life has been wasted and at least 7 of mine has. But today we're gonna do the interior. I'm probably gonna even change some stuff out here. I feel like the exterior wall is kind of funky. But I will probably get to that and change that out just a little bit. I don't know how much I'm gonna change of it, but some of it probably will change. So yeah, hopefully it'll be decent. Also, before I started recording, I went ahead and did some exploration.
Hey,
that guy up
subscribe,
there.
please. Bye.
And got us enough leather and sugarcane to make a enchantment table. So I think for right now, I'm gonna probably throw it in here somewhere, right here. Probably build its own special dedicated building at some point, but for right now, I'm getting a little tired, especially now I'm probably gonna tear down those walls, exterior walls a little bit. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. The repercussions of ever building freestyle and not thinking about your builds until you're halfway through them. But yeah, whatever this episode's gonna be, is gonna be the new standard. Is I'm gonna be real with you. Last one, I thought it was shit. I shouldn't have uploaded it, kind of thing. I can't I have to fix that because I don't like how that looks. But for right now, it's good enough because get tired of unenchanted diamond tools. And I obviously have enough experience where I can get away with enchanting some stuff. But I'd be surprised if today is mostly just time lapses of me doing stuff. Mostly because we're cinematic things for them. Also just because I think it'd be cool. And I already got level 30. Okay. Thought I needed 2 more bookshelves, but obviously I don't. There you go. Breaking 3. I can enchant whatever the hell I want sometimes. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and probably just go ahead and take down some of the walls. Mostly just because one, I think they're a little too short. They're too short in some spots, too tall in others. especially like to scale with the main keep. I feel like in scale wise, it's definitely in scale. It's probably okay. Like right here, this is probably okay. But the thing is like the wall should have shifted upwards for like right here and right here and everywhere else. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and probably straighten it out a little bit. Like that angle kind of looks kind of dookie. Like I said, this is what you get for not truly planning out your builds. And I might even add an extension building like right here instead. So yeah, I'll go ahead and cut through the time lapse or you know, it just being done. I haven't decided yet. This episode's gonna probably take up like my entire SSD, so we'll see. Something we could talk about for a second while I destroy this wall is my current weight loss program, or you know, progression. I called it the cut of the century last episode. Nobody watched it, so I'm bringing it up right now. I don't remember the exact weight I was when I recorded the last episode. It was last Thursday. It was probably around 255, 256. I'll probably show you it right here. But right now, I'm at 252. And I was at 250 yesterday. So I'm making progress. And I've basically got it into my routine at this point. And hopefully you'll see my weight slowly but steadily shift down the more and more I record. You may be wondering why I'm changing also this entire castle and stuff like that. And that's just because I didn't like this side, and I think the mindset that I was having was like, for whatever reason, I was thinking that YouTube's something I need to pump out, which it really isn't. I mean, at least in my situation, it's not even a source of income. I'm basically net negative because of, at this point, because of this microphone, and that's it, actually. Basically everything else I've done by myself, so. But me just recording raw gameplay like that, that's something I wouldn't watch. Like, why would I do that? So I feel like we're doing a little bit of a rebranding as well. Not like a full rebranding, it's just stuff that I'm gonna change on how I record and the process and stuff like that. And now I can worship whatever the hell I want while I'm also recording, which is great. Because right now I'm listening to my favorite genre, grunge, and classic rock. Those two things I very much enjoy. Like, I've tried other genres of music, but for whatever reason I just keep on coming back to like grunge and Vietnam rock, or classic rock. Not even classic rock, but like Vietnam rock, because classic rock is like stuff in the 80s. I don't really like 80s rock. I like 70s and 60s rock. That's probably just because I played a lot of Rising Storm 2. I'll probably even make a video on how Tripwire has basically killed the game because they don't care. And it's kind of frustrating as a long time player having your game having basically the, I would say, peak shooter. Like, there is no shooter other than Red Orchestra that's anywhere near Rising Storm 2 in like perfection. Alrighty. Get that chopped down. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably... I haven't decided if I want to change over here just yet. I know over there I definitely wanted to change. We'll see here in a second. So, this time lapse is about like... it's around like 15 minutes. I thought we should just go ahead and talk for a little bit. Especially because, I wouldn't watch a time lapse that's 15 minutes long that has no substance to it other than some music. So, yeah, I mean, I got a couple little notes for me, just so I don't have to kind of go through my brain and go, we kind of thing. So, right now, I'm taking everything down, if you can't tell. Just destroying everything. You know, listening to, you know, my favorite music. Well, one side of my favorite music, which is like grunge and stuff like that, which is, it's kind of weird, honestly, because it's like, I like grunge, and then the other half of me likes, like, I don't even know what the genre would be. Something like, you know, the Marias, where it's like, I'm depressed, I hate my life. I guess it's a good way of putting it. I guess that's what grunge is in a different context. I think of it like that, but let's get beside that point. You know, which is probably the main reason why I'm also, if you can't tell, I'm using I think it's called Flashback for this. It's one of the newer mods. It's supposed to be like replace the replay mod and stuff like that, and it hopefully helps the workflow a little bit, because I feel like my biggest problem is recording all this stuff in OBS in 2K quality and not taking up my entire primary SSD. But let's go back to the topic of music. I mean, music, I've always really enjoyed listening to a lot of it. You know, people, my parents really love music and stuff like that, you know, which is like, my dad's really into like 70s folk and Hispanic stuff. My mother's really into that kind of rock from, you know, grunge and stuff a little later than that and a little earlier than that, and it's kind of bled off onto me. And, you know, grunge is something that I just really love. You know, it doesn't even have to be like complete grunge either. It could be, you know, stuff like Nirvana, which obviously is grunge, you know, some Temple Pilots, and, you know, some stuff out there that's a little not as grungy, kind of like the Strokes, or I have a good example I can think of off the top of my head. I guess Slipknot. Slipknot's more metal than grunge, like, you know. So it's like in that general area. And I guess I never realized how like important or like how crucial music is to me in my mental state and how I think and all that other stuff until recently. And while I'm like here, you know, going on my weight loss journey at the same time, listening a lot more to music, especially also during this entire time lapse, I'm listening to music. You know, the powers of video editing and all those fun things. And I never realized, you know, I guess, well, I realized how important music is for most people, and how important, you know, and it has this everlasting effect on somebody. And, you know, because I was in band for 7 years of my life, you know, like the basic middle school and high school band, and I feel like that's something, one of the the only big takeaways I've ever had from it. I never really learned that much other than that, is that music, you know, can convey emotion and how you feel and stuff like that. And, you know, and here recently, as I've improved my life, listening to that kind of music is kind of, it's been more of like this more introspective, like, you know, this is how far I've gotten in improving my life, because I guess I can go a little personal. I mean, it's my own YouTube channel, I can do whatever the hell I want. I've had a lot of problems as a teenager. You know, now I'm in my very early 20s. I'm only 20 still. But, you know, I'm not saying I have my life together, because I sure as hell don't. Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does. But now, I definitely have it a lot more together than I used to. To the point where I feel like I can look retrospectively on who I used to be, kind of thing. And I feel like music, grunge and stuff like that, and that kind of depressing, kind of sad music has kind of made me realize, you know, like, that's kind of like a, you know, I'm trying not to be like some kind of like dude bro, hey bro, you know, if you listen to that kind of music, it makes you feel sad and you know, angry and stuff like that. Because it's not really what it is at all. But, you know, it kind of made me look retrospectively into how I used to be, and how I used to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm like this, I fuck with this, I'm him, I'm literally him. But now it's more like a, you know, I still enjoy it, and there's some parts of me that I still definitely, you know, had that same kind of reach or importance to me, where it's like, oh yeah, that's literally me, or that's something I relate to probably a little too much. And so now it's more like, you know, this is something that I used to be, you know, used to feel really relatable, and something I was, you know, this, I hate life, I hate everything, but now, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to get my point across, you know, because I can't find the good words for it. But now, you know, I feel great, I feel better about myself, I feel a lot happier, and I don't know if my taste in music's gonna change because of that, but it lets me look at what I was listening to, and I guess what I still am listening to, in a different light, where it's like, I'm not gonna say, you know, if Kurt Cobain did this, he wouldn't have killed himself. You know, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. But, like, it's very, very interesting to see how much your mindset changes so quickly. Because I want to mention this, is that at least for me, you know, that might be different for some people. I'm not gonna say everybody's mindset just, you know, flips on a dime or whatever, flips on a dime and be like, I'm different now, I'm a different person. That's definitely probably just a me thing. That's probably just because my brain works in some very interesting capacities. But now, currently, I'm not only a lot more happy about myself, I'm a lot more confident about myself. I still have some problems with me. Still, you know, I think the big thing I kind of realized too recently is that I have very bad self-esteem issues, and I did not realize that, or like a fear, this ever-longing fear of something going bad, and it, you know, or something not working out. Which that's probably a reasonable fear. I'm not gonna say it isn't. But, you know, I didn't really mean for this kind of time lapse to kind of be mostly me talking about my life, but I guess it is. You know, but in, you know, I guess it's, you know, it's my hobby. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can talk whatever the hell I want. It's a free country. Fuck you. You know, and doing this and improving upon myself, you know, working out, losing weight, and eating better, and even though my sleep schedule was still horrible and it probably won't change until I quit my job or get a different job or, you know, whatever. There's a lot more to look towards at the end of the day. And I think that's, at least for me, all that matters. It's being able to wake up in the morning and not wake up full of dread and fear. Or being, you know, depressed like I used to be. Obviously, that's not gonna work for everybody. You know, some people have depression worse than I do, or you know, anybody in my family does, because we have a background of depression, stuff like that. And I haven't been diagnosed. I haven't felt confident enough to go to the therapist to tell, you know, for them to tell me how fucked up I am really in the brain. But you know, no, sorry about that cut right there. I think I forgot to hit the record button. That's a little jarring. Yeah, I'm watching the playback of this time lapse so I can kind of get the rough idea of how long I've been talking. I guess I'm gonna... Yeah, let's go back to music again. Sorry. But let's talk about this for a second. This is the main design for the wall that I'm gonna put in here right now. A crenellation kind of thingamajiggy. I just kind of slowed it down so if like you have like, oh, that's a good design, you know, or you want to put it in your world, like I was like, you know what, let me slow it down just in case. So it's basically what, I think it's 7 blocks, 1 bottom block, and then walls, and then 2 stairs, a block up, 2 stairs. You see it. But music, I mean, if you have any music recommendations, you know, leave it in the comments, because I do actually listen to like anything. I mean, you know, everybody at my work plays either gospel or hip hop or like genuine, you know, full on rap or hood rap. Rap sounds really kind of racist. I don't mean it like that, but you know, that kind of stuff. You know, and obviously I enjoy my grunge and my more moody, not really emo, but more like just depressed or like I'm sad kind of music, and even some folk and stuff like that. I mean, Jim Crow, not Jim Crow. Yeah, that's how you spell his name. He's like, just pronounce his name. You know, the Time in the Bottle guy from what movie is that? Wolverine? One of the Wolverines? I never watched it. I just know the song. You know, stuff like that. Or, yeah, music. I've always enjoyed it. You know, no matter what kind of genre. Well, there's a couple genres I don't like baby metal. I don't like baby metal. I do like, jazz fusion and whatever the hell Manoshi Tanaka is as a genre. Guitar happiness, whatever. I mean, I love him. But yeah, and I guess we could go right over here to this. Is actually, I talked about that a lot longer than I thought I did. Also, I did not realize the camera did that, but the mod that I'm using, like I said, is a little funky. You know, I was figuring out how to use it. And not to mention, I'm also trying to get this out. I'm trying to get this stuff out weekly, but I'm gonna try not to talk about YouTube, because I feel like talking about YouTube in this situation is just stupid at this point. You know, like who cares what my mindset is for YouTube or what I'm trying to upload and stuff like that. Like, that's something I should keep to myself in most cases, I think, other than like feedback. You know, I mean, if you had feedback, you like, you know, you timestamp a part, be like, this part sucks. At least I know it sucks. I could figure it out from there, maybe. But, yeah, right here, it's gonna be me doing the gatehouse, and then some little bit of live commentary here in a second. So I'm gonna probably give myself just a little bit of time. Be quiet. Alrighty, so this is what we got done right now. We got the main rough shape of the gatehouse and the decoration on the walls with my new version of crenellations and stuff like that, which I think looks significantly better than the style that I had initially. And the gatehouse, the towers, we add some depth to it. I feel like that's something that was missing a lot on the original design was depth. And something that made it not look good was the lack of depth. So I'll probably mess around with the tower parts, get some depth on them. And this right here, this is just kind of temporary. I thought that might look kind of cool, which I kind of mess with it, I kind of don't mess with it. I need to get the rough. I need to add supports on the backside of this, of the supporting part of the wood walls and stuff like that still. But that's what I've got done right now. I am officially out of diorite, and how this is going, I'm going to need a lot more deep slate and a lot more dark oak. So it's going to probably go ahead and cut to me doing that and getting a bunch of that. Probably not a time lapse, because this episode's probably like a million fucking hours long at this point. And that's just how it's going to be, I guess, to suppose. Alrighty, here we go. Time lapse number 2. Not as long. It's like 3 minutes. So, I mean, I guess self promote time. Yeah. If you kind of like this new style, change it up a little bit. You know, just, I don't know, say something. Say something. Hey, I like this. This is a good idea. This is a better idea. I like this. I kind of, or you know, I don't like this flashback mode. I prefer it if you did it, you know, like as an actual time lapse or something like that. You know, because I mean, it definitely helped my workflow. But if it isn't enjoyable to you, I guess that's a little bit more important. I mean, like I said, but try not to talk about YouTube anymore, you know, during a video, other than, like I said, for feedback. If you have feedback, leave it. I don't care what kind of feedback it is. You could just say, you know, at 22 and 29 seconds, this fucking thing sucks. Fuck you. I hope you die, or something like that. And at least it's something. At least I can like be like, okay, well, it sucks enough, or something like that. But yeah. I do need to talk about this build though for a little bit. This definitely seems a little diorite heavy, and that's because it is. I used to have used to be on a server way back in the ripe age of 2019, and we made a church to diorite as a bit, and I feel like that alone probably ruined my building palette. And it has stuck with me because I just don't play Minecraft that often. So I just go, diorite. Yes. I'll probably throw up like the little, like I have the schematic for it still in Lightmatic, you know, somewhere, because luckily I posted it onto a Discord that I was the owner of, so I never deleted it, because I don't delete my own Discord servers, because at some point I'll feel nostalgic about it, even though I don't use that godforsaken thing anymore, at least not as much. Alrighty. So now I've got the gatehouse done. I still ain't 100% certain on like these windows on the actual diorite. This part looks good. This looks good. This looks good. Bottom part looks good. It's just right there, like a little about. But even then, I'll probably figure something out for that. So yeah, I mean, I got this. Got the walls. You know, this kind of general design. Don't worry about. Don't worry about this. It'll be fixed at some point. I really don't know how long it's going to be, or how it's going to take it's going to be fixed, because I've been working on this for even longer than I usually do. I probably already talked about that before. Probably not, if not way too long. So yeah. I got the exterior walls done, got the gatehouse done. It's gonna be the secondary gatehouse. It's gonna be not as fancy. Obviously, most of the time when you had 2 gatehouses, one of them, the main one was fancy, secondary one not so fancy. You come in here, then, like I said, secondary building, haven't figured out for it just yet. Probably storage or something like that. Just because currently, I probably didn't put it in this video, but currently I did build the interior. I'll probably like show it because I did record it. The interior of the basement and put my storage room in there. But at the same time, I don't like it being there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get down there every single time I want to go grab some stuff. So I'm thinking about probably moving it into this secondary building right here. So it's easier for me to kind of come in here, grab what I need. I either have like a postern gate, or something like that. Which postern gates are basically like stealth entrances and stuff like that into the actual keep, just so I can go in there. And the keep will be more so just decoration, maybe enchanting, and I don't know, fucking maybe some farms or something like that in its basement. Well, in here would be my actual storage room in here. And then here, I actually figured out what I kind of want to build over here. I want to build a chapel. I thought it'd be funny if the whole joke of it would be like, see, now this seems kind of forced now. Anyways, the concept behind it was that I was gonna make a church to Hot Chick Heaven from the ever so classic video, Top 10 Hottest Sonic Babes. So whenever we die in this world, even though I've already died once, we can go to Hot Chick Heaven filled with bodacious babes. And that was gonna be the joke. You know, I don't think it's that funny anymore. Shit. Well, it's still gonna probably be a chapel, but I don't know about that. Or something like that, because usually in most castles they would have a chapel because it's the lord or the land's personal chapel usually, or if the castle's under siege, you know, it's the chapel for everybody to be in, so they can still have their daily prayer or whatever the Christians do. I don't remember. And or they're under siege and stuff like that. Now, something I am not 100% certain on is if I want to have the walls this right here, I feel like how they were like on the original castle, where they are basically 1 block wide and then the 2 like this. I might honestly switch it out to maybe like a 3 or something like that, or something adjacent to that. I haven't decided just yet, because that would require some effort to come through here and like do even more changing, so I probably won't do it because I'm getting a little tired of staring at diorite. Kind of hurts my eyeballs sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Not to mention, this is just getting a little tired of this palette. So like even like this chapel right here or whatever is gonna probably be a different palette. This right here, it'll probably be on a different palette. Obviously, to keep gatehouse, this gatehouse, you know, the walls are gonna be in the same palette because, you know, that makes sense. But I'm getting so tired of this palette that I'm gonna probably figure something else out for this and this. Probably not in this episode, because it's probably gonna be, this episode's probably like fucking, no matter how much I edited down, it's still gonna be way longer than I want it to be, probably. So yeah, I'll probably see you after I work on the secondary gatehouse. And here we are I gotta get in for number 3, time lapse number 3. It's 3 time lapses. That's a lot of time lapses. Anyways, I took down the interior gatehouse thing because I thought it looked like shit, and it didn't make any sense in a like historical context. Like, you would probably just siege one of the upper, you know, walls at like the back wall or something like that. You know, like if I made this build bigger, it would have made more sense. But it's a problem for me to figure out. You know, what, like 3 days, because I'm recording the Sunday morning. But yeah, that's really about the build. You know, I like how it looks. Like I said in the previous time, it's a little too much diorite. I'll probably figure out a way to fix it. Maybe, you know, the pillow just doesn't fit in to me. It just looks too cream colored. Calcite kind of works, but I don't know. I might go in the very bottom of it and switch it out for like the stones and stuff like that, instead of having it all white, because it's, you know, it kind of makes sense in a castle context where a lot of the time they would be, you know, they'd be whitewashed and stuff like that. But Usually the whitewash on the bottom would fade a lot quicker than the whitewash on the top part. So I might do that. I haven't decided yet. That's a thing for me to figure out. But I definitely do like this castle more than I like the original version that I made. And though it required a lot of deconstructing, a little bit of agony, I feel like it's gonna look a lot better and be, honestly, a lot cooler addition to my world, and stuff that I have planned around it should, at least vaguely planned around it in my brain, should look really good. I hope. Alrighty, so I went ahead and added the exterior or the interior side of these walls. Went ahead and I'm gonna redo the top of the keep. I haven't exactly an idea for it just yet, but right now, currently, I'm like halfway through editing, at least getting the rough cut of the video, and I can already tell you, I'm out of time. We're out of time. So I'm gonna have to split this up, probably at this point, into like, well, definitely another part, maybe another part after that too. I ain't 100%. So, I hope you enjoy this episode. Hopefully, a lot more engaging and not as a man rambles in a cave for 30 minutes talking about, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about fucking like garbage or something like that. So I hope you have the good rest of your day and or night, and I will see you next time.